Hi friends, here we discuss isolated singular points and residues. If a function f fails to be analytic at Z0 but is analytic at some point in every neighborhood of Z0, then Z0 is called a singular point of the function f. For example, verify that 0 is a singular point of the function fz is equal to 1 by z. The reason is that the function fz is equal to 1 by z is not analytic at the point z is equal to 0. But it is analytic at every z not equal to 0, as f dash z is equal to minus 1 by z square for z not equal to 0. A singular point z naught of a function f is said to be isolated or isolated singular point if there is some neighborhood of z naught throughout which f is analytic except at the point z naught itself. That is, z naught is an isolated singular point of f if there is a deleted neighborhood 0 less than mod z minus z naught less than epsilon of z naught throughout which f is analytic. For example, by the discussion in example 1, 0 is an isolated singular point of the function fz is equal to 1 by z. Another example, suppose fz is equal to z plus 1 divided by z cube into z square plus 1. This is our fz. This I can write as which is equal to z plus 1 divided by z cube into z minus I into z plus I. It has three isolated singularities and they are z is equal to 0, z is equal to I and z is equal to minus I. Next example, the origin is a singular point of the principal branch, log z is equal to log z is equal to ln r plus I theta. Where this r is greater than 0 and theta lies in between minus pi and pi. Minus pi less than theta less than pi of the logarithmic function. But it is not an isolated singular point since every deleted epsilon neighborhood of the origin contains points on the negative real axis and the branch log z fails to be analytic at each of those points. Log z is not even defined there. Similar remarks can be made regarding any branch. Log z is equal to ln r plus I theta where r greater than 0, a less than theta less than a plus 2 pi of the logarithmic function. Next example, since sin pi by z is not defined when z is equal to 0 and since sin pi by z is equal to 0 when pi by z is equal to n pi where n is equal to plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc. That is, when z is equal to 1 by n, where n is of course plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc., it follows that the function 1 by sin pi z, 1 by sin pi z, this function has the singular points z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1 by n, where n is equal to plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc. or lying on the segment of the real axis from z is equal to -1 to z is equal to 1. Each singular point except z is equal to 0 is isolated. The singular point z is equal to 0 is not isolated because every deleted epsilon neighborhood of the origin contains other singular point 1 by m, for m is equal to plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, etc. of the function. More precisely, when a positive integer epsilon is specified and m is any positive integer such that m greater than 1 by epsilon. M is greater than 1 by epsilon. This is possible by Archimedean property of real numbers. The fact that 0 less than 1 by m less than epsilon means that the point z is equal to 1 by m lies in the deleted neighborhood 0 less than mod z less than epsilon. See the figure. Next example. The function tan z has isolated singularity at the point plus or minus pi by 2, plus or minus 3 pi by 2, etc. Next, the function tan 1 by z has a non-isolated singularity at 0. Since every neighborhood of 0 contains a point of the form plus or minus 2 by n pi for some natural number n, at which function is singular. Next, we move on to theorem. If a function is analytic everywhere inside a simple closed contour C except for a finite number of singular points, that is Z1, Z2, etc., Zn. Here it is finite. Those points must all be isolated and the deleted neighborhood about them can be made small enough to lie entirely inside C. See the figure. Next, we have point at infinity as an isolated singular point. It is sometimes convenient to consider the point at infinity as an isolated singular point. Definition: if there is a positive number r1 such that f is analytic for r1 less than mod z less than infinity, then f is said to have an isolated singular point at z0 is equal to infinity. Next, we discuss residues. When z0 is an isolated singular point of a function f, there is a positive number r2 such that f is analytic at each point z for which 0 less than mod z minus z0 less than r2. Consequently, in this domain, that is in the annular domain, fz is represented by the Lorentz series fz is equal to Lorentz series we have discussed earlier. Fz is equal to sigma n varies from 0 to infinity a n z minus z naught whole raised to n plus b1 by z minus z naught. Next term is plus b2 by z minus z naught whole square plus etc. plus bn by z minus z naught whole raised to n plus etc. Bn by z minus z naught whole raised to n plus etc. again etc. Where 0 less than mod z minus z naught less than r2. Equation number 1. Where the coefficients are given by an is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over c f z by z minus z naught whole raised to n plus 1 dz, where of course n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 etc. And Bn is given as Bn is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f z dz by z minus z naught whole raised to minus n plus 1. Here also n varies from 1, 2, 3 etc. In An, n varies from 0, 1, 2, 3 and here n varies from 1, 2, 3 etc. Where C is any positively oriented simple closed contour around z naught and lying in the punctured disk, where 0 less than mod z minus z naught less than R2. See the figure. When n is equal to 1, the expression for Bn becomes B1 is equal to, that is putting n is equal to 1 here, we get B1 is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f z dz. This gives integral over C f z dz is equal to 2 pi I B1. From this we can write integral over C f z dz, which is equal to 2 pi I B1. Equation number 2. The complex number B1, which is the coefficient of 1 by z minus z naught in expansion 1, is called the residue of f at the isolated singular point z naught. We shall often use the notation, that is residue RES, z is equal to z naught f z, to denote the residue B1. That is, we can write B1 is equal to residue z is equal to z naught f z. Equation 2 then becomes integral over C f z dz, integral over C f z dz is equal to 2 pi I. Instead of B1 we can write residue z is equal to z naught f z. Equation number 3. That is, this we can write as integral over C f z dz is equal to 2 pi I residue z is equal to z naught f z. Equation number 3. Sometimes we simply use B to denote the residue when the function f and the point z naught are clearly indicated. Now, method of finding residue. To find the residue of f at the isolated singular point z naught, we proceed using one of the following methods. Method 1. Expand the Lorentz series and then find the coefficient of 1 by z minus z naught. This coefficient is the residue of f at the isolated singular point z naught. Method number 2. Residue at z is equal to z naught f z is equal to, actually it is limit z tending to z naught z minus z naught f z. Remark. Every function has a residue at each of its isolated singular points, because Lorentz series about the point represents the function throughout a neighborhood of the point except at the point itself. The value of the residue may be 0. According to the formula 2, the residue of f z at z naught is the value of the integral of 1 by 2 pi I f z in the positive sense around any closed contour C enclosing z naught. If C is such that f z is analytic everywhere on and within that closed contour except at z naught. Next, evaluation of integrals using this residues. Equation number 2 provides a powerful method for evaluating certain integrals around simple closed contour. For example, evaluate integral over c z square sine 1 by z dz. Equation number 4. Where C is the positively oriented circle, mod z is equal to 1. Since the integrand is analytic everywhere in the finite plane except at z is equal to 0. It has a Lorentz series representation that is valid when 0 less than mod z less than infinity. Thus, noting that z naught is equal to 0 is an isolated singular point according to equation 3. The value of the integral 4 is 2 pi I times the residue of its integrand at z is equal to 0. To determine that residue, we recall the Maclaurin series expansion that we have already discussed. The Maclaurin series expansion of sin z is z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus z raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus z raised to 7 by 7 factorial plus etc. where mod z less than infinity. And use it right, z square sin 1 by z is equal to, we can write z square sin 1 by z is equal to z minus 1 by 3 factorial into 1 by z plus 1 by 5 factorial into 1 by z cube minus etc. where 0 less than mod z less than infinity. The coefficient of 1 by z here is the desired residue. Hence, integral over c z square sin 1 by z dz is equal to, here the coefficient of 1 by z is 1 by 3 factorial. Here it is minus 1 by 3 factorial. So, integral over c z square sin 1 by z dz, which is equal to 2 pi I times minus 1 by 3 factorial. It is equal to minus pi I by 3. Next example. Show that integral over c e raised to 1 by z square dz is equal to 0. Equation number 4. Where c is the positively oriented circle, mod z minus 2 is equal to 1. Here 1 by z square is analytic everywhere in the finite plane except at the origin z is equal to 0. So, is the integrand e raised to 1 by z square. Hence, z is equal to 0 is the only isolated singular point and it is interior to C. And using again by Maclaurin series, we can write e raised to z is equal to sigma n varies from 0 to infinity z raised to n by n factorial. This is the Maclaurin expansion, where of course mod z less than infinity. We obtain the Lorentz series expansion e raised to 1 by z square is equal to sigma n varies from 0 to infinity 1 by z square whole raised to n by n factorial. 1 by z square whole raised to n by n factorial. Here again mod z is less than infinity. That is e raised to 1 by z square. We can write e raised to 1 by z square as it is equal to 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial into 1 by z square plus 1 by 2 factorial into 1 by z raised to 4 plus etc. The residue of the integrand at its isolated singular point z is equal to 0, that is the coefficient of 1 by z in the above representation is therefore 0. Here we do not have 1 by z. So, its coefficient is 0, that is b1 is equal to 0, and we obtain the value of the integral. The above example shows that although the analyticity of a function within and on a simple closed contour C is a sufficient condition for the value of the integral around C to be 0. It is not a necessary condition. Next, evaluate the integral over C, dz by z into z minus 2 whole raised to 4, where C is the positively oriented circle mod z minus 2 is equal to 1. Since the integrand is analytic everywhere in the finite plane except at the point z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 2. It has a Laurent series representation that is valid in the punctured disk, that is 0 less than mod z minus 2 less than 2. Thus, considering the isolated singular point z is equal to 2, according to equation 3, the value of the integral is 2 pi I times the residue of its integrand at z is equal to 2. To determine that residue, we recall the Maclaurin series expansion, that is for 1 by z minus 2, 1 by 1 minus z, 1 by 1 minus z, we have sigma n varies from 0 to infinity z raised to n. This is equal to 1 plus z square plus etc., where mod z is less than 1. Now, 1 by, we can write 1 by z into z minus 2 whole raised to 4. This is our question. 1 by z into z minus 2 whole raised to 4. This is equal to, I can write it as 1 by z minus 2 whole raised to 4 into 1 by 2 plus z minus 2. Here again we have, actually it is 1 by z itself. This is equal to 1 by 2 into z minus 2 whole raised to 4 into 1 by 1 minus z minus 2 by 2. That is 1 by z into z minus 2 whole raised to 4 is equal to, now it becomes 1 by 2 into z minus 2 whole raised to 4 into 1 by 1 minus z minus 2 by 2. It is equal to, this we can write as sigma n varies from 0 to infinity minus 1 raised to n by 2 raised to n plus 1. Minus 1 whole raised to n by 2 raised to n plus 1 into what remains, z minus 2 whole raised to n minus 4. It is sigma n varies from 0 to infinity minus 1 raised to n by 2 raised to n plus 1, z minus 2 whole raised to n minus 4, where 0 here 0 less than mod z minus 2 less than 2. That is 0 less than mod z minus 2 less than 2. Comparing this Lorentz series with equation number 1, the coefficient of 1 by z minus 2 here with n is equal to 3 is the desired residue, namely minus 1 raised to 3 by 2 raised to 3 plus 1, which is equal to minus 1 by 16. That is, at n is equal to 3, its value is equal to minus 1 raised to 3 divided by 2 raised to 3 plus 1. That is minus 1 by 16. Hence, integral over c dz by z into z minus 2 whole raised to 4 is equal to 2 pi I into minus 1 by 16. That is minus pi I by 8. Thank you for watching this session. See you next time. Till then, take care.